Good morning students and welcome to geography class. Dear students, we are learning about the soil resources in India. No? We already know the meaning of the soil, formation of the soil. Then we have learned about the soil erosion and the various causes for the soil erosion. Then we have to learn about the conservation of the soil, how we can conserve soil from erosion. We have learned the various methods that we have to practice and implement in our life to prevent the soil from erosion. Already we have learned how we can protect the soil from erosion. Please remember the points. For example, afforestation is essential for the conservation of soil. We have to check the overgrazing, and we have to construct more dams and barrages for the prevention of soil from erosion. And also we have to cultivate or practice some techniques in our agriculture practices. Okay, and already we have learned what was zooming or slash and burn type of cultivation or agriculture. It was there in India, especially in the northern hilly areas. Okay, but now it is strictly banned. Okay, so please remember these methods, soil conservation methods. If this question is there in the board examination, it's okay, you have to explain according to the mark. Okay, and now it is about the major soil groups of India. Now already we have learned about the 4 types of soil: alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, and laterite soil are the 4 types of soil in our country. Classification we have learned: alluvial soil. What is alluvium? We have learned alluvium. Okay, alluvium we have learned. No. Okay, and then we have learned about the black soil. Okay, now today we will learn about the features of the alluvial soil. What are the various features of the alluvial soil? Okay, alluvial soil, these are transported or ex situ soil. What do you mean by ex situ soil? It is the soil that is carried by the different agents of gradation and are deposited away from the place where it is formed. This is known as ex situ soil. In class 9 we have learned about the primary rock. We have learned, no? After the formation of the primary rock, we have learned about the breaking of this rock, no? Formation of the sediments, and we have learned after the formation of the primary rock there was the formation of the sedimentary rock, sedimentary rock, okay, or stratified rocks. Okay, anyway, so here the ex situ soil is the soil that is carried by the different agents of gradation like a river, okay, wind, snow, and are deposited away from the place where it is formed. That is known as ex situ soil. So alluvial soils are known as ex situ soil. The reason is that these soils are coarse in the upper section of the valley, medium in the middle, and finest in the delta region. Coarse soil means rough or harsh in texture. Okay. But in the upper section of the valley and medium in the middle section and the finest in the delta region. Okay, please remember these 2 features of the soil, ex situ soil. Okay, now color of the soil. What is the main color of the alluvial soil? Alluvial soil. This picture shows the areas of alluvial soil. That is very important. In the map, no, sometimes board will ask, mark an area in South India, North India with alluvial soil. Okay, this map shows the presence of alluvial soil or the most important soil in our country. Okay, please learn this map also, alluvial soil. Okay, now color of this alluvial soil. What is the main color of the soil? They are mostly light to dark in color depending on new or old alluvium. They are rich in potash and have and humus except in the alluvium of the Ganga deltaic region, which is rich in humus but deficient in phosphorus, nitrogen. We know what is humus. Okay. So organic and the inorganics. Okay, minerals, no, please, organic and inorganic, the presence of organic materials. Okay, what is the color of this soil? Mostly light to dark in color, depending on the new or old alluvium. And now the fertility of the soil. Alluvial soils, though differ greatly in texture, are very fertile on the whole. So it is the most fertile soil in our country. Fertile soil. Okay, most fertile soil. They respond well to irrigation and manuring. What is the meaning of this one? If there is sufficient irrigation, okay, if there is sufficient irrigation, okay, they respond well to irrigation and manuring. Manuring means, what do you mean by, if the farmer is able to put, okay, more manure, fertilizers, okay, it will respond. That is the meaning. Okay. Okay, I will continue. Okay, please. Okay, if they respond well to irrigation and the manuring. Irrigation is very essential. No, you know irrigation. Irrigation is very essential. Now this is the monsoon season, and you know. And in the lesson number 1, we have learned about the feature of the monsoon. No, erratic nature. Please remember that one. Erratic nature. Monsoon is essential for the growth of crops or for the development of agriculture in our country. What is essential? Sufficient amount of monsoon is essential. Otherwise, there will be crop failure. It will affect our economy, prosperity of the economy, country, we can say. Okay, please remember that. Okay. Importance of monsoon. We have learned about the features of monsoon. Okay, southwest monsoon, retreating monsoon, northeast monsoon. Okay, please remember all this. Okay. Now about the fertility of the alluvial soil. No, and then they respond well to irrigation and manuring. They are very good for both rabi and kharif crops. What do you mean by rabi crop and kharif crop and zaid crop? So the crop pattern, no, rabi crop or okay, rabi harvest are agricultural crops that are sown in winter and harvested in spring in India, especially wheat, barley, no. So we now it is the time of the rice. Rice is not a rabi crop, but the wheat is a rabi crop. We know that after the harvesting of this rice, no, okay, the farmers will prepare the same field for the wheat, I mean rabi crop. October, November, no, we know that one. When is the harvest of the now what is kharif crop? Crops which are sown in rainy season and are harvested in the end of the rainy season. Crops which are sown in rainy season and are harvested in the end of the rainy season. Rice, corn, soybean, cotton, etc. Mainly is rice. Okay, this is the kharif season, kharif season in our country, kharif season. During the rainy season, farmers will what we can say, sow the seeds. Okay, the one more season, zaid crops are summer season crops. They grow in long time. Okay, long time period, mainly March to June. Sorry, mainly March to June. These crops are mainly grown in the summer season. They require warm, dry weather as major growth period and longer day length for flowering. We know that, okay, pumpkin, cucumber, okay, watermelon. An example, Zaid crop. Kharif crop, Rabi crop, and the Zaid crop, the 3 seasons. Okay, now about the alluvial soil, suitability of the crops. Which crops are suitable for this? Okay, these soils are suitable for wheat, sugarcane, rice, cotton, and oilseeds. In the delta region, they are ideal for jute cultivation also. Okay, so these crops are very, very suitable for this. Okay, or this soil, no, suitable for this crop. Okay, now the presence of this soil. Vast tract of North India, vast tract of riverine alluvium of Satluj, Ganga, and Brahmaputra plains, state Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, and Assam. In South India, areas in the Deccan coastal district occupying deltas of Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada, and Tapti. State parts of Odisha and other regions. So the presence of alluvial soil in these days. Okay, and now there is a difference between alluvial soils of North India and South India. Difference plural. In North India, alluvial soil are pale brown in color. But in South India, alluvial soil is the Deccan coast strip are non-porous clay. Okay, let me explain the features of alluvial soil in the North India. They are pale brown in color. Alluvial soils in North India consist of vast tract of riverine alluvium of Satluj, Ganga, and Brahmaputra plains. They are suitable for wheat crop. Okay, and alluvial soil of the Deccan coast strip are non-porous. What do you mean by non-porous? Porous means what we can say porous rock, having minute holes, very small, through which liquid or air may pass. That is known as porous rock. Non-porous and the porous. Alluvial soils of the Deccan coast strip are non-porous, clayey and dark in color, as rivers of Deccan Plateau flowing through black soil region carry the same to delta. And in the southern part of India, these alluvial soils are called deltaic alluvium. They are most suitable for rice crop in South India. So this is about the alluvial soils. Okay, alluvial soil, the most fertile soil, and the area we have learned. The total area of the soil in our country is near about 15 lakh square kilometers, or about 45.6% total area in our country. And we have learned about the features of the soil. Features, then we have learned about the fertility of the soil and the suitability of the crops and the areas. Now, it is about the black soil. Next one, black soil. Origin of the black soil. Black soils are called Ragur. Ragur is a Telugu word. Telugu is a language in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. No, Telugu word. Okay. Raguda. And the black cotton soils, as cotton is the most grown crop in this soil. Black soil or Ragur or black cotton soil. These soils are formed in situ, that is formed where they are found. Just now, we are in ex situ soil. Alluvial soil, no, but this is not ex situ soil, it's situ soil. It is in situ, formed where they are found. They are called residual soils. These soils have originated from solidification of basic lava spread over large areas of Deccan Plateau during volcanic activity. So the reason for the formation of the soil in the Deccan Plateau, which is soil? Black soil. Solidification of lava, and then there was a breaking of this lava. Therefore, they are essentially formed by weathering of Deccan Trap. The reason for the formation of the soil, weathering. Okay. Black soil, Raguda. Okay, from the Ragur. Raguda, no? Ragur is a word originated from the Telugu word Reguda. It is also known as the black cotton soil because cotton is the main crop of this soil, cotton. Features of the soil. Black soil retain moisture and became sticky when wet. Keep moisture, no? One of the best quality of the soil. This property of retaining moisture and releasing it when required during dry period is very useful for the crop, especially in the lava tracts of Maharashtra where irrigation is not possible. We will learn about the various methods of irrigation. What is the need for dam? Okay, like that. So in some area, no, these are not possible. What is not possible? Irrigation is not possible, but very difficult. Okay. The deeper the soil, the more moisture it can hold. One of the quality of this, what we can say, black soil, it retain moisture and it became sticky when wet. So please remember the best quality of the soil. Okay, then in some valleys like Narmada and Tapti, the soil is 6 meter deep. Okay, and now color, texture and composition. Black soil vary in color from deep black to chestnut brown, medium black, or even mixture of red and black may be found at some places. Okay, vary in color from deep black to chestnut brown, dark black we can say. Okay, color of the soil. Okay. The black color may be observed from black crystalline sheets and basic sheets, means the rocks. They are fine grained in texture with more than 60% clay. The presence of clay is there in the soil. Okay. They do not contain gravel or sand. Black soil contain lime, alumina, iron, potash, magnesium, carbonates, and calcium with the various elements of the soil. They are deficient in phosphates, nitrogen and humus or organic matter. There is a shortage of these things, no? So farmers will add more fertilizers to increase the fertility of the soil. If there is a shortage of something, so we have to add. And the fertility of the soil. As a rule, black soil of uplands are of low fertility, but they are dark, deep, and rich in valleys. Okay, fertility of the soil in the valley and the uplands. Suitability of the crops. Which crops are suitable for this area? Because of their high fertility and retentivity of moisture, it can keep the moisture. The black soil are widely used for several important crops like cotton, rice, wheat, jowar, millet, sugarcane, tobacco, Virginia tobacco, oil seeds like linseed and sunflower, and fruits and vegetables. This Virginia tobacco, oil seed like linseed, sunflower, sugarcane means cash crop. All we are going to learn in the coming lessons. But this is about the soil. We are learning about the black soil. We have learned about the origin of the soil. And then we have learned about the most important features of the soil. Color of the soil we have learned. And what is the means rate of fertility of the soil. Then suitability, which crops. So already we have learned. It is also known as the black cotton soil. No? Because cotton is the most grown crop in the soil. Okay. Then areas. Black soils are primarily sedentary. Sedentary means soil remaining on the rock from which it has developed. Situ we have learned, no? Okay, please remember, sedentary. They are largely found in the regions of the origin as they have resulted from the weathering of the Deccan Trough. Okay. Rocks volcanic origin. They are vastly confined Deccan Plateau. Maharashtra, Gujarat, Western Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and the southern district of Tamil Nadu like Kanyakumari, Madurai, Theni district, Ramanathapuram. Okay, in all districts there is a presence of black soil, which stays. Okay, so and two more soils are remaining, red soils and laterite soil. In the next video we will complete that. Okay, revise it and learn. Thank you.